Hey friends, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the most electrifying moments from the world of street outlaws. A weekend of roaring engines, burning rubber, and mind-blowing speed just went down at Shadyside Dragway, and it was none other than Larry Larson who stole the show in an absolute thriller. Not only did he take home a jaw-dropping $75,000 prize, but he also secured his first major win with the Hart's centrifugal supercharger. And let me tell you, this wasn't just a race, it was a statement. Now let me take you back a bit. The buzz going into the weekend was mostly centered around names like Kye Kelley and Ryan Martin, as it usually is when street outlaws legends pull up to the line. And hey, that's understandable. These guys have carved their names into the asphalt, and fans expect fireworks when they're around. But while the spotlight focused on the usual suspects, one man was quietly preparing something devastating in the background. Larry Larson. That man showed up with his No Prep King's car, but this time he wasn't rolling on big tires. Nope, Larry came to prove a point on small tires, and he brought a brand new weapon to the fight. The Hart's centrifugal supercharger. For those of you unfamiliar, this isn't just a bolt-on blower. It's a beast of an upgrade that hasn't yet had its breakthrough moment on the small tire stage. Until now, Larry didn't just win. He dominated, round after round. He laid down clean, vicious passes. And then came the real test. Kye Kelley, one of the fastest, fiercest competitors in the game. People thought that would be the end of Larry's run. Instead, he drove away from Kye like he hit the afterburners. Even Kye had to tip his hat on Facebook, admitting that Larry was blistering fast, not just quick off the line, but especially dangerous in the back half of the track. And in this world, that's where races are won. But it didn't stop there. In the finals, Larry faced off against Lordette, another heavy hitter with one of the baddest cars in the scene right now. And guess what? Larson pulled out another clean, powerful win. Let me be crystal clear. This wasn't some fluke. This was engineering, tuning, and straight-up driving mastery coming together at just the right moment. That Proline Hemi matched with the Hart centrifugal supercharger? It's a lethal combination, and Larry proved it's ready to take over the small tire scene. And if you're sitting there wondering, wait, Larry Larson? Wasn't he more of a big tire guy? You're right, that's what makes this victory even more special. Larry's car has always been fast, but now he's showing that he can adapt, evolve, and still dominate no matter what tires he's rolling on. Honestly, if he slaps the big tires back on tomorrow, I wouldn't bet against him. That car is rolling, and more importantly, Larry knows exactly how to extract every ounce of performance from it. Let's talk about what this means for the future. There's talk that Larry will be showing up at some of the speed promotions events later this year, especially those huge 100,000 to win races, both in small tire and radial prep. If this weekend was any indication of what he's bringing to the table, you can bet your last dollar he's going to be a top contender. That car didn't just win, it made a statement to every racer out there. Don't sleep on Larson. And let's not forget, this win marks what might be the first ever event victory using a Hart's centrifugal supercharger in a major competition like this. That's a big deal in the performance community. We've seen Hart's turbos dominate before, but this is the next evolution, and Larry just put it at the top of the food chain. So what can we take away from all this? Number 1, never underestimate a legend. Larry Larson might not be in the headlines every week, but when he shows up, he comes prepared. And number 2, this sport is changing fast. New combinations, new setups, and new technologies are reshaping what's possible. If you're a fan of raw power, mechanical ingenuity, and fearless driving, now's the time to pay attention. Before I go, let me throw this out there to all my fellow gearheads and racing junkies. Don't miss these upcoming events. The 100K races are going to be insane, and if Larry's in the mix, it's going to be a war. If you haven't yet, go back and watch the Shadyside footage. Study it. That wasn't just a win. It was a blueprint for how to bring innovation and experience together to conquer the toughest fields in the country. Larry Larson's victory didn't just turn heads, it reshaped the conversation in the small tire world. For years, the chatter around small tire events has been dominated by a few big names and a handful of proven combinations. People assumed there was a formula for winning, a set blueprint that everyone followed. But Larry threw that out the window. With the Hart's centrifugal supercharger under the hood and a new setup that most wouldn't dare to test on a high-stakes stage, Larry didn't just compete, he changed the game. Let's talk about that combination. A Proline Hemi paired with a Hart's centrifugal isn't something you see every weekend. Turbos? Sure. Roots blowers? All day. But a centrifugal setup at this level? That's a rare sight, especially in a car that's switching between big tire and small tire formats. It takes a mechanical genius and nerves of steel to make it all work, and Larry made it look easy. That speaks volumes about not just his skill, but his confidence in the technology and tuning team behind him. People often forget just how much experience matters in this sport. It's not just about having a fast car. It's about knowing your car inside and out, knowing the surface, knowing your competitors, and knowing how to make changes under pressure. Larry's been in this game longer than most racers on the current circuit. He's built cars from scratch, run every type of setup, and raced in every condition imaginable. This win wasn't luck, it was a masterclass in execution. And you could feel it on race day. Every pass Larry made, you could hear the crowd get louder. Word spread fast. By the time he was lining up for the finals, you'd have thought he was racing for a world championship. And maybe, in a way, he was. Because while the trophy was $75K, what Larry really walked away with was momentum. And in street racing, momentum is everything. What I really respect is how Larry doesn't chase clout. He chases performance. He's not the loudest guy in the pits. He doesn't always post flashy updates on social media. But when he shows up, it's all business. His results speak louder than any hype ever could. That kind of consistency and focus is what separates legends from the rest of the pack. And now that he's proven he can win with this setup, you better believe the rest of the field is watching closely. The win also hints at a bigger shift we might start seeing in small tire racing. If Larry's combination continues to hold up, and especially if others start copying it, we could see a centrifugal surge across future events. It's lightweight, efficient, and clearly capable of delivering brutal top-end power. And in races, where traction is limited and every ounce of torque needs to be controlled, that's a potential game-changer. Let's not forget the underdog energy here too. Going into Shadyside, almost no one had Larry Larson on their bracket predictions. That just goes to show how easy it is to overlook someone who's not constantly in the spotlight. But that's the beauty of street racing. On any given day, anyone can show up and change everything. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss history being made, just like we saw with this win. There's a powerful lesson here for all aspiring racers. Take risks. Trust your gut. Try something new. Larry could have stuck with the tried and true. He could have played it safe. But instead, he innovated. He tuned. He tested. He showed up ready to prove that success comes to those who are willing to evolve. And whether you're wrenching in your driveway or dreaming of your first No Prep Kings event, that's the kind of mindset that builds champions. So the next time someone tells you a certain combo won't work, or that you're wasting time trying something unproven, just remember Larry Larson at Shadyside. Remember the roar of that Hart's-powered beast flying down the track. And remember that in the world of street outlaws, the only limits are the ones you let other people place on you. Keep building, keep tuning. And when your moment comes, make sure you're ready to blow the doors off expectations.